Welcome to the Go Tropical channel. Today we're going to harvest grapefruits. Of all the different citrus trees that I grow, this is the only one that is actually grown in a pot. Reason being purely just because of lack of space. All the other citrus trees are planted in the ground, and I like to grow as many different types as I can, and so this one had to go into a pot so that I can sit in the corner of patios and things like that. Hopefully I should also keep it in a fairly sort of smallish size too. This has been in the pot now for a year. It was in the ground previously, but I moved things around a bit. So grapefruits are really easy to care for. They don't need anything particularly other than just good, well-draining soil. Don't overwater it too much, and that's really kind of it. A little bit of fertilizer, don't overdo it again. They keep a nice green leaf. They actually have a double leaf on there, so they sort of have a little lobe at the top and then down to the leaf, so you can identify a grapefruit from its leaves. But now this tree is a young tree, has two grapefruits on it. You can see one here and one over on the other side there. It also flowered in the spring, so it has set some other young grapefruits, which I'll show you in a second as well. Now this grapefruit was a flower and a fruit last spring. They take a long time to get up to size, especially in a temperate climate like here in the southeast of the UK. And so you can't rush getting fruit from a grapefruit tree. Eventually they will get up to size, and you can tell when they're ripe really by the way that they start to sort of, even though they're kind of quite tight and round, and then they sort of drop slightly, and so they sort of kind of take on a flat base, and they sort of drop slightly. So they can tell when they're just sort of bulbing a little bit, I guess you'd describe it as. So this grapefruit has been growing for about 16 months now, so quite a while, which is kind of a typical time, anytime from 12 months to sort of 15-16 months for grapefruits. They're not a quick turnaround fruit, but when they eventually do, you will have ripe grapefruits on there, as well as young small grapefruits that you can see up here, and as well as flowers. So you kind of get all three stages in one plant, so there's not really something to worry about, because then this grapefruit here will then become one like this next summer. So you sort of have a continual cycle of them. But just so you're a close-up of the tree, so here is the ripe grapefruit. You can see it takes on a slightly flattish, I don't know if you can see it much on the camera, flattish base, and it sort of droops almost. I don't know another way to describe it, but it's soft to the touch. You can feel that it is ripe, it's ready to go. On the top here is a young unripe grapefruit. There's a number that have set, you can see around there. Some of these will drop because it won't hold all of them, but it's quite a heavy cropping citrus tree, really. So here's the grapefruit down here. So we'll just take it off, cut it straight off the stem, one hand. There we go. Harvesting our first grapefruit. Let's go cut it open. Okay, so here we are up at the kitchen end of the garden, and I have my ripe grapefruit here. You can see on the skin that it has a slight sort of yellowish, greenish tinge to it. It's not like a perfectly yellow looking grapefruit like the ones you'll buy from the store. This reason being because it has this sort of colour on, because it's been through some cold weather. Supposedly it's supposed to make it taste sweeter. It'll concentrate the sugars in the grapefruit to make it a better tasting grapefruit if it is exposed to some cold. So this has been through a winter, so it's been exposed to some cold. So we'll cut it open and see what it looks like. Moment of truth. All right. You can see here the ripe grapefruit. It has quite a sort of a thick rind to it, but I'm guessing that's just because it's been grown in a temperate and cooler climate. Thinner skin for like hotter climates. But yeah, you can see it's looking good. It's a white grapefruit, and we'll take a slice and see what it's like flavor wise. Homegrown. That is actually really good. It's like perfectly balanced of the sugar and sweetness and grapefruit flavor. It's not sour at all. It's like eating a grapefruit flavored orange. Oh my word. So good. So anyway, whilst I carry on and munch my way through the rest of this, hope you guys are well. This is harvesting grapefruits here in the southeast of the UK in a temperate climate. Ever so easy to do. So I think you should definitely get yourself a grapefruit tree and enjoy your own homegrown grapefruits. Take care.